What's up, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football. And the first thing I want to do is show off the team, and then we are going to actually go through the drives and actually do some live countering. So here is Zach Martin. As you can see, he was the newest addition. I did the head-to-head. I switched Antonio Gates into the main tight end spot, moving J.J. Watt to the slot. And here we are, guys. We're going to kick off our drives against this guy, Cuddy. He's a 108 defense in the League America. They are ranked in the top 200. And after this drive, I actually was able to film myself live countering. So a lot of times people have been asking about this. And I had a successful live counter, stop 2 drives, which I will show you exactly how I do that, which hopefully will make up for the awful play you're about to see here. I just could not get things working for me. So we start this off with trips corner strike and encounter a counter. So we just throw it away, and his line came through so fast, couldn't even break the counter on that one. We go with trips tight end, halfback counter, and surely enough, we run right into another counter. Makes me think that he probably watches my channel and knows my script, especially because as we go in here, I go with motion cross. We have zone coverage, and we get the block set, but the block shedding comes off, and I just could not get the ball away. I tried to throw it, but could not get it off. Brought up a 4th and 24, and all I wanted to do was keep us in the game here. So I do go with double hitch to try and give us a chance of getting out of it, but I'm going to avoid the safety at all costs. So I didn't want the block shedding to come through and result in a safety, so I just threw it up and figured I'd just take the drop drive there. So an awful first drive resulting in no points, but I did save the safety. So we will go into drive number 2 here. And knowing that my initial script was countered, I am going to change up the script here and go with something completely different. So once again, we will show off live countering immediately after these drives. I did them separately, but I have merged the videos so that we can kind of get them all together in a quick 10-minute video. So we get the kickoff right there. We take it out to the 20, and we're going to go bunch PA pin deep where we've got a 4-3 base coverage, and we've got the shallow zone, so we're going to the deep ball, and look at Gronk make a ridiculous play and pick me off. I was upset. I almost threw my phone again, but I didn't. So I am upset by that. It was just a miracle play. It was the right read, but hey, sometimes you get handled by the random number generator and get picked off. So let's see if we can save the donut here, guys. The only thing saving this video is that I am going to be able to show you a good live counter at the end of this. So we take our third drive here, managed to get it out to about the 24-yard line, and we are going to go with strong IPA slide here, looking to either the deep drag route or the tight end or the fullback. We get the fullback, and we're out to about the 40-yard line. Then we're going to go with trips PA deep attack, where I'm going to hit this drag route to wide receiver 1, where he gets open, and thankfully he does catch it there. And then next, guys, we have another 1st and 10. We are going to go with flipped spread PA outs, potentially countered here. And yep, we are countered, 100% counter. Probably should have known that based on kind of what was already countered. But it happened. So we go bunch dive here. We finally get a play that we use regularly on the channel that is not countered. And we take that out to bring up a 3rd and 6 from the left hash. At this point, I'm going to go with quick slants. I would normally use spread FL drag, but I'm assuming that it's countered. So there we go. We take it out to about the 30-yard line. And at this point, guys, I'm just had to go take a look in the rotation where I'm at. And now that I've got, 4 good plays, I'm just going to go right back to it and use PA slide once again, not risk anything new. I am desperate for points at this point since I have 0 as of right now. So it brings up 2nd and inches. And at this point, I'm really kind of thinking through what I want to run because I don't have a good 2nd down play. So I'm just going to go with dive weak here and get stuffed. 3rd and 3. Can't use tight end quick slants. Let's see what I end up going with. Here, I'm going to go with empty trip, shallow cross. It is not countered. So we roll out. We hit Leonard Fournette, who is able to hang on to it. So we are up inside the 10, bringing up a 1st and goal. And I once again go back and check the plays. As you can see, I'm actually a little bit in my head when I was doing these drives. Anytime I drop 2 drives like that, it kind of gets me upset. So I'm going back to PA deep attack here. The drag route gets open, and we are up inside the 5. Brings up a 2nd down. So we are going to go with fullback flare here. And thankfully, it is not countered. So we are going to score on the day. And we get our score in there. So after this, we're going to go into toss. It's countered. So guys, what is going to come next is live countering. And this is kind of what the video is really all about, since these drives were not good. But as you guys know, I post all my drives, good, bad, the ugly. Today was pretty ugly. Live countering is an advanced technique that top leagues will do to help play defense. Since you can't really play defense in the game, this is how you can play defense within the game. So here I'm going into it. And what you're going to see, I saw he was driving on me. So I caught this on my own. We normally have a call out. So if you see anybody driving on somebody in the league, you would notify them. They sign on. So I noticed who it was, and it's this guy BJB7. So I'm just repeatedly checking the film, and I'm looking for big plays. So when he throws out a big play, so these little runs, I'm not worrying about countering them too much. Dive weak can be a big one. So while it's still fresh, I'm going to swap in dive weak. I see it there with a bunch PA pin deep, and I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want to throw it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there in that bottom middle slot. You have to make a choice when you put in one counter. And boy, this was an awful. I'm lucky I managed to make these live counters because I was really slow. There we hit spot, and he got the 2-point conversion. Spot was his big play. Definitely have to counter that, and I am racing to get this in right now. Looking for my spot card, and there it is with bunch Z, cross in, and spot, and I just throw it in there to take out fullback flare and halfback angle, and let's see if we get it in time. It is up for debate. We will see. We got the dive weak counter for sure. We don't know if we got that spot counter, and you'll want to practice this. A good way to practice it to get good at the switching is you can do it against your league mates where you have infinite time, because you can just swap it and they can't drive on you until you drive back. So play intra-league and practice it if you want. Then you got to do it. Remember, you have to do it before they start drive 2. So you have to do it live. While they're still driving on you for drive 1, you need to swap it in. So here we are looking for what he's going to call. Bunch dive is another one that he got that I saw, so I want to get that in time to shut down his 3rd drive. There's not a lot of run plays that I like to shut down. Bunch halfback dive is one because it's one that you can get gashed with, as is dive weak. So I'm slowly looking for bunch dive, trying to shut him down. And there it is with trips tight end wide receiver corner. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and take out spread FL drag and fullback middle. And let's take a look here what else he's calling. And look at that, guys. We got the spot counter in on time, came up big as his bailout play, and he drops the drive on a double hitch. So there we go. So now we've got the dive weak. We still have spot in there, and we went ahead and added bunch dive. So at this point, he realizes he's live countering. So the smart thing for him to do is to try new plays, because he should realize that at least spot is no longer on the table. He didn't run dive weak again, and he went with bunch dive. So if he runs bunch dive again, we're going to cost him a down, hopefully. But as we go from here, so he kicks off his 3rd drive. At this point, there's nothing I can do. Once he starts the 3rd drive, there's nothing I can do from a live counter standpoint. And he comes up big with halfback option. Nothing I can do about it, though, guys. Once the drive starts, the game plan is locked in. So at this point, we're just watching. So there we go. We cost him 2 yards with bunch halfback dive. If he's not used to encountering live counters, he's probably panicking a little bit, which is why it's taking him a little while to call his play. And bam, PA tight end corner, he hits in my defensive unit. He manages to get 8 yards off the low counter, setting up a 3rd and 5, hits PA fullback flat, brings up a 4th and 8. And there it is, guys. Double hitch stopped him. He could not pull off the double hitch. I will say, if I had a double hitch counter, I would have swapped in the double hitch counter after his first drive. Unfortunately, EA, for some reason, didn't even put a silver or bronze version of that card in the game. So it's just massively expensive. So a lot of people will exploit that play. The good thing is it's not always a perfect play. There is certain coverage where all 4 routes will be covered, in which case you really only have scramble. And if he doesn't know that, he probably threw it to somebody and got hit by a safety or a corner and dropped the ball. But that's how you live counter, guys. You can practice it again with your teammates just to throw them off. But the whole purpose of a live counter, guys, is to make their second drive harder based on the information that you find during their first drive. The way our league does it, we basically use our communication app so lots of leagues do it differently, but the general rule of thumb is you need some kind of external communication app, whether it's Slack, Kick, Line, whatever it may be, and then whoever's in the game at any given time is checking in. So it's got to be a team-wide effort. Your whole league will have to participate, or you'll just have to get lucky and be on at any particular time. But if you're in a top league and you want to introduce it and practice it, play it against your friends in the league, have them drive on you. Before you drive back, swap in things based on what's in their first drive, and then do the same thing during the second drive to make the third drive harder. The things that I specifically like to live counter and look for: big plays and bailout plays. So if they're calling halfback gut, I'm not going to counter that. I don't care. If it's a big play potential, something that can go for 30, 40 yards, and they gash me with it, I'm absolutely going to swap that in to try to counter it. If it is a bailout play, that's why I like to have spread FL drag and trips tight end quick slants. Those are phenomenal bailout plays. I like to have those countered, usually. Sometimes I switch it up, especially now that I see that guys kind of watch my videos. So if I know I'm playing against somebody who knows my videos, you can count on me changing up my game plan to make it a little bit harder for you guys in the future. But that's how you do it. So I look for big plays and bailout plays. So things that they're using on 3rd or 4th down, if they convert on a 3rd or a 4th down with a play on drive 1, I do not want them to be able to use that same play on drive 2 or drive 3. And if they introduce a new bailout play or a new big play on drive 2, I want to swap that in too. But that's my thoughts on live countering. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hang out with me for a week or two. What you can count on is daily strategy content, usually in the form of an LVL vlog where I talk about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And then I'll just bring you other high-end gameplay things like this. Like if I catch another solid live counter, I'll try to record it, try to bring you better examples of it. Maybe do one where I do one in league, in an intra-league match, so you can see it there and kind of have a slower practice instead of just the constant scrolling through. But that's what you do, guys. Just keep refreshing the drives, looking at the drives while they're happening, and then try to be quick. I was really slow with this live counter and hit some wrong buttons. Thankfully, I got spot in. But I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.